Oh no, say it ain't so. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. A latest rumor out there from this past weekend. Dexerto, other sources have now covered this. A leak, apparently a data mine leak by a person who has supposedly also leaked weapon skins and weapons in the past as well for Call of Duty, is now leaking Modern Warfare Battle Royale. And why this is actually so interesting is because there are two distinct arguments for and against this. I'm going to try and touch on both of those, but the more I read through all of these leaks and details, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Try and be honest, it sounds super exciting because they are now trying, if this is true, to certainly one-up Fortnite in some sense or another, and they're doing so with just sheer player size. That's going to be a 200-man Battle Royale, apparently coming from Modern Warfare. I don't know release dates, guys, but what has been data mined and leaked out there is countless details, apparently what's coming for Call of Duty. And if it does come to fruition, I mean, I'm definitely going to try it out, guys, because it does sound super exciting. Before we hop into those details, though, alongside that, Infinity Ward themselves have now responded, at least one response so far, denying their interest in Battle Royale. This does not say much because, yes, developers out there plenty of times have lied about this kind of thing. Of course, if this is going to be kind of a secret, they don't want to outright say, yeah, you caught us. But either way, we're going to take their word for it. Who knows exactly who will be behind the development and publishing of this entire thing and making and creation of the entire thing. But either way, Infinity Ward are now denying their interest in Battle Royale. Besides that, though, data mined out there are further details of a 200-man Battle Royale and some other things which are pretty freaking crazy. Amongst this map as well, the sheer size, it's telling because 200 players, obviously, you need a lot of zones. 15 zones so far have been leaked as well. And alongside that, 6 points of interest already. I imagine these are kind of be like hot drops, preferred drops, maybe better loot in those drops as well. 15 zones, 6 POIs or points of interest on this gigantic map, which, by the way, compared to Blackout, is where the first worry does come. I think we can all agree when it came to Black Ops 4 and the supporting of the main game versus Blackout, they certainly struggled. They really did struggle when it came time for uploading and actually producing content for both the main game as well as the Battle Royale. That's where a giant fear does come from COD fans, and I totally understand this game already needs attention. And so if you're going to release a 200-man Battle Royale also with its own updates, I hope there's a dedicated team, which I'm sure there is, but you're going to need a big team to keep both the main game, the first ever franchise Call of Duty, first ever cross-platform Call of Duty. You're going to need a gigantic team to keep that game up to date because it's already had its own issues. And on top of that, a 200-man Battle Royale? Really? I understand the fear of people of whether or not Call of Duty and the team behind it has the manpower to keep up both the main game and a gigantic Battle Royale, which, by the way, speaking of a giant map, I think Blackout, especially towards the tail end of its career, definitely struggled with a gigantic map and not enough players to actually surface across the entire map. You could go for quite some time and just not see anybody. When it comes to a 200-player map, having 15 zones, 6 POIs, it sounds pretty interesting, but it does go on because the list, it gets very interesting at what they seemingly will be offering. As the mode itself has been described as a Battle Royale kill to win, good to know. 200 players have also been defined in solos, duos, and squads of 4. Respawn tokens apparently will be a thing, which I think is a bit curious. They actually give you, it seems that if this, again, all these leaks do come true, it seems this 200-player Battle Royale is going to try and give you as many options as possible to stay alive as long as possible. Respawn tokens will be a thing alongside that as well. Also, map missions to unlock further rewards, armor variances that look a lot like with helmets and vests and their different levels. It looks very similar to Blackout. Loot varieties just like the typical standard, you know, gray loot all the way up to gold loot. Alongside that, a gigantic list of perks, which is, again, very similar to what Blackout did offer. I imagine there'll be consumables or things you have to hold in your inventory and then consume them later on if you want to carry other perks to then activate later on as well. A gigantic perk list, which is always a great variety of things to have. I think that was one of Blackout's peculiar features compared to a game like Fortnite, which they did offer as well. So similar features here for this new leak as well. Also, apparently plunder can be earned through eliminations as well as those missions, and then you unlock plunder boxes, which of course give you better upgrades or better weapons. I think a very peculiar thing they've offered there as a feature. And on top of that, one of the most peculiar things I saw, especially when compared to the likes of Fortnite and PUBG, successful battle royales out there, which I don't think I've ever seen before. That's going to be what they coined the term as the Gulag, a 1v1 system, which a sensitive term, which is also defined as the prison camp, where players 1v1, they wait in a queue after dying, and then they 1v1. The winner or survivor of that 1v1 gets to respawn on the map. super, super weird. Also on top of this, players can actually bet on those players fighting in the Gulag itself. This is a very interesting system. On top of that, very lastly, guys, jailbreaks apparently frequently occur sometimes throughout the matches. And so if you're in queue for the Gulag and a jailbreak occurs, you also get placed back and redispersed on the map. This is wild. That's definitely a very curious thing, and why I actually attest to the fact it seems like they want these games to be pretty lengthy. Not only 200 players, but respawn tokens, but also a Gulag and a 1v1 fight to actually respawn back again. This is weird. And that is all we know so far in terms of data mine and leaks. I'm sure I will keep you all posted about this. Of course, my first question to all of you is, do you think it can work? Because there is that fear, and rightfully so, of whether or not that the Call of Duty team, Activision and Blizzard team, can actually keep up and maintain both the main competitive game. Like I've said before, this is a very, very big first year for a franchise league where competitive focus should be the thing. And I think what we've seen so far over the past month and a half to 2 months has not been that. And so it does worry me ever since beta to alpha to now, whether the game is progressing in the right direction. I think we're getting there, but very slowly. And then you add these rumors. I think if I am Nadeshot, I am slowly laughing my way to the bank to check on my $25 million that I did save, and that might be a future video. Can they do it is a gigantic question. If they do, I certainly will play it, obviously. And then there's a giant question of, will this be free, right? Activision, are you going to charge us again for this? Who knows? Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy breaking down esports and gaming news here every single day, all day long. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. I'll see y'all back here sometime soon.